Hello students. So in this video we are going to discuss continuous probability distribution using continuous random variable. So this continuous random variable and discrete random variable, the definitions are discussed in the previous classes. Okay, so this continuous random variable is what? So this is the value of x which lies in some interval, that is some ranges. In the ranges the values of x lies. Okay, now we are defining the function of that. If for every x belonging to the range of a continuous random variable x, we assign a real number f of x. So this f of x represents the probability of that variable satisfying the conditions. The first one is f of x is greater than or equal to 0, and then integration f of x dx between minus infinity to plus infinity, the value is 1. When these two conditions are satisfying, then we say that f of x is, then f of x is called continuous probability function, or simply probability density function. Okay, for any given continuous random variable, that function f of x must be greater than or equal to 0. The each value must be either equal to 0 or greater than 0. It should not be negative, and again the value of the integral must be 1. Okay, so this is the definition of the continuous probability distribution. Next we are going to define mean and variance of the continuous random variable. Okay, so here the mean of the continuous random variable is given by, or here if x is the continuous random variable with probability density function f of x, where x lies between minus infinity to plus infinity within this range, then the mean mu is defined as integration x into f of x dx between the limits minus infinity to plus infinity, and the variance is given by integration x minus mu whole square into f of x dx between the limits minus infinity to plus infinity. The same variance, so we can define in another way as x square into f of x minus mu square, where mu is the mean dx of, again between the limits minus infinity to plus infinity. So these are the mean and variance definition. So we get problems finding mean and variance for the given function f of x. Okay, now with the help of the continuous probability function, we define a distribution called exponential distribution. Okay, so the definition is a continuous probability distribution having probability density function f of x, which is given by f of x equal to alpha into e raised to minus alpha x for x greater than 0, means the value of the function is alpha into e raised to minus alpha x for x greater than 0. For x greater than 0 means it is from 0 to infinity. The value of x must from 0 to infinity, then the value of f of x is 0 otherwise. So otherwise means, so from 0 to infinity this is the value of the function, then the other is what, from minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0, the value of the function is 0. Okay, so this alpha is a constant which is a greater than 0, so this is known as exponential distribution. Okay, so this is the definition of the exponential distribution, and we are going to check that whether this exponential distribution satisfying the two conditions of the probability density function or not. That is, f of x is what, it must be greater than or equal to 0, saying that alpha is greater than 0. Okay, and also the value of the integral is what? 1. Okay, so this is the exponential distribution. Now we are going to see the mean and standard deviation of exponential distribution. So here, we have a derivation, but according to the syllabus, we do not have the proof of the mean and the standard deviation. You just remember the result, what is the mean of the exponential and what is the standard deviation of the exponential. So mean of the exponential is given by 1 by alpha. So this result you remember because we get a problems on this result. Okay, so mean of the exponential is given by 1 by alpha. Okay, so according to the syllabus, the proof of this is not there. Okay, that you remember. And then the variance of the exponential is given by 1 by alpha square, and the variance is 1 by alpha square. The standard deviation is what? It is a square root of the variance, so that standard deviation is also 1 by alpha. Okay, you just remember what is the mean of the exponential distribution and the standard deviation. Okay, now we take the we take some problems on exponential distribution. So with the help of the definition of the exponential distribution, we are going to solve the problems. Yes, so here is one problem. With the help of the definition of the continuous probability function, we are solving this problem. The problem is find the constant k such that the function is given as k x square in the range 0 to 3, and the value of the function is 0 otherwise. So other than this 0 to 3, the value of the function is 0. Otherwise means, so it is defined from 0 to 3. So minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0 is 0. Then again from 3 to infinity. 3 to infinity is 0. Only in the range 0 to 3, the function is defined as kx square. Okay. And it is given that it is a probability density function. Okay, with the help of this definition, we have to find the value of k. Okay, and also the questions are given: compute the probability of 1 less than x less than 2, and then probability of x less than or equal to 1, probability of x greater than 1. So these probabilities we have to find out, and also mean and variance. Okay, now first we have to find out the value of k, and then we have to substitute the value of k in the function. Then we are going to find these values. Okay, that you remember. First we have to find the value of k. How we find the value of k? Using the definition. When you say the function is a probability density function, when the two conditions are satisfied, the one condition is f of x greater than or equal to 0, when k value is greater than or equal to 0, then only the condition will satisfy. The second condition is what? Integration f of x dx between the limits minus infinity to plus infinity is 1. So these two conditions are satisfying when the function is probability density function. So using this given, we take the conditions. Now with the help of this second condition, we find the value of k. See, this function is defined in the interval 0 to 3. So therefore, to substitute value of f of x, we split the limit minus infinity to plus infinity as minus infinity to 0, then plus I take 0 to 3 plus 3 to infinity. This is the way we split the interval. So minus infinity to 0, the function is not defined, so that we consider this integral value as 0. Then 0 to 3, yes, the function is defined. The value of f of x is k x square. Then 3 to infinity is also not defined, therefore f of x is also 0. So this integral is also 0. So we get only this integration 0 to 3 kx square dx equal to 1. Then this on integration, keeping this k constant outside, x cube divided by 3, then taking the limits 0 to 3 equal to 1. Then substituting the limits, for upper limit 3 raised to 3, 27 divided by 3 is 9 into k equal to 1. Therefore the value of k is 1 by 9. So this k value we substitute here, therefore the function is x square divided by 9. Now the function become x square divided by 9 in the interval 0 to 3. Now we are going to find these probabilities. P of 1 less than x less than 2, that we take as a, by definition, 1 to 2 function f of x dx. Just 1 to 2 range, 1 to 2 range lies between 0 to 3. So 1 to 2 lies in this interval, therefore our function is x square by 9. So this on integration, the value of the integral is 7 divided by 27. That is the value of the probability of 1 less than x less than 2. Similarly, p of x less than or equal to 1. So less than or equal to 1 means it ranges from 0 to 1. So why we had, if it is less than 1, why we have to take 0? Because as per the given, it is given from 0 to 3. We cannot consider less than 0. Therefore less than 1 means it should be from 0 equal to 1. So 0 to 1 the function we are defining. So this 0 to 1 lies in the given uh, interval. Okay, now this f of x is what, x square by 9 in the interval. Then this on integration, so integration steps are very simple. Then substituting the upper and lower limits, the value is 1 by 27. Then the next one is p of x greater than 1. Greater than 1 means it from 1 to 3. The maximum is 3 as per the again given. So 1 to 3, then taking the function x square by 9, that on integration the value is 26 by 27. Now mean, so mean is defined as integration minus infinity to plus infinity x into f of x. So this minus infinity to plus infinity, again as in the first we split it, no, the same way if you split, we get the limits 0 to 3 x as it is, then the function is x square by 9. So this is x cube divided by 9, that on integration x raised to 4 divided by 4, 4 into 9, 36. Then substituting upper and lower limits, the value is 9 by 4. Similarly variance we take as integration minus infinity to plus infinity x square into f of x minus mu square. Now this we substitute the value of f of x square as it is, f of x is x square by 9 minus this is the value of mu, okay, mu square, okay, that is 81 by 16. This on simplification, that's steps are very simple, okay, that you can do. Then the final answer is 27 by 80. Okay, this is the one problem, and the second problem is very similar to the previous. So this problem you can practice. Now the third type of problem, here we have a statement problem. Okay, now using the exponential distribution we find the required probability. See, the problem is, in a certain town the duration of a shower is exponentially distributed. So particularly the distribution is given, okay, that is exponentially distributed, it is mentioned, with a mean 5 minutes. So here the mean is given, the mean, it is a 5 minutes the shower will last, that is a mean of the duration of a shower is given. Then the question is, what is the probability that a shower will last for, the first one is 10 minutes or more, less than 10 minutes, then between 10 to 12 minutes. As a mean is given, first probability density function of the exponential distribution is given by, so this is the definition of the exponential distribution, right? And the mean of the exponential distribution is given by 1 by alpha. Okay, that's why I told you to remember the mean and standard deviation of the exponential. Mean is given by 1 by alpha. Okay, then the given is what? The mean is given, that is 1 by alpha equal to 5. The mean is 5, so 1 by alpha equal to 5, therefore alpha value is 1 by 5. So this alpha value we substitute in the definition. Now we have in terms of x, so that x is what that we are considering according to the quotient. Means we have to define x. What is x? X is the number of minutes, because the question is asked on the minutes, like 10 minutes or more, less than 10 minutes. So here x becomes number of minutes. Okay, now we take the questions one by one. First one is, shower will last for 10 minutes or more. So 10 minutes or more means it should be greater than or equal to 10, right? Then we take as per the definition from 10 to infinity, because the definition is defined in the interval minus infinity to plus infinity, right? So minus infinity to plus infinity, but here as per the question we have from 10 to, that is equal to 10 and greater than 10. Greater than 10 means it is up to infinity. Okay, then this is the function 1 by 5 e raised to minus x by 5. So then 1 by 5 integration of e to the power minus x by 5 is e to the power minus x by 5 divided by constant minus 1 by 5. Then this on simplification, this 5 cancel. For upper limit e raised to x is infinity, e raised to minus infinity we get, e raised to minus infinity is 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. For upper limit it is 0 minus of lower limit, that is e to the power, when x equal to 10 we get e raised to minus 2. So this on simplification, the answer is 0.1353. Similarly the second one is what? Less than 10. So less than 10, so that we can take from 0 to x is what? It's a number of minutes. So number of minutes, actually the by the definition we have minus infinity to plus infinity. The maximum it is given 10, the minimum is 0. We cannot consider the minutes in terms of negative, like minus 1 minus 1 minus infinity. We should not consider in terms of negative. The minimum is 0, maximum is 10. Okay, therefore x is less than 10 minutes, it is from 0 to 10, and this is the function that on integration we get the answer 0.8647. Then between 10 and 12 means the limits obviously 10 to 12, and the function that on integration we get the answer. That integration part is again very simple, that we can do. Okay, so so there is one similar problem, so this you can go through. It's again similar to the previous. Clear? So this you work out. Now we take one more problem, which one is a little bit different from the previous one. See here, the average daily turnout in a medical store is rupees 10,000. This is what? Mean given. Average in the sense the mean daily turnout in a medical store is 10,000, and the net profit is 8%. That medical store person is getting whatever the amount daily turnout, 8% is the profit. Okay, that means for if daily turnout is 10,000 means he is getting 800 rupees profit. Then if the turnout has an exponential distribution, see that particularly this you observe in the problem, because in the examination, so don't get confused that which formula we had to apply, whether we had to apply the exponential or the earlier distributions like Poisson distribution. So don't get confused with the distribution that you have to work out. Then Question is, find the probability that the net profit will exceed rupees 3000 each on 2 consecutive days. Till this you understood. So daily turnout, the mean turnout is 10,000. For 10,000 he is getting 8% of the net profit. Means if he suppose selling 10,000, if he's getting the 10,000 rupees, so out of that 800 rupees he is net profit. Now the question you try to understand, find the probability that the net profit will exceed rupees 3000. Here the net profit is 8%. 8% of the 10,000 means 800 he is getting. What is the chances of exceeding 3000 net profit? 3000 net profit, what is the chance? Average is given as 800 rupees net profit. Then what is the chances of exceeding 3000 net profit each on 2 consecutive days? So this you understand first. Now let x be the random variable of the sale in a medical store. So that x represents the daily turnout like 10,000. Since x is exponential variable, by definition alpha into e raised to minus alpha x, okay, and the mean is given. The mean is what? For exponential distribution it is 1 by alpha and it is given as a 10,000. Therefore the value of alpha is 0.0001. Okay, now this alpha value we substitute as we did in the previous problem. Then first what we have to calculate, for 10,000 8% of the net profit means 800. See here I wrote for 10,000 8% means 800 is the net profit. Now we have to find out 3000 is the net profit, like 800 is the net profit, 3000 is the net profit. For 3000 net profit, see, for 800 net profit amount is 10,000. For 3000 net profit, what is the amount that we have to find out first? That is, let A be the amount for which profit is 8%. Okay, that is, this is the amount for which 8% is the profit, that is 8 by 100, which is given already 3000. This is the net profit 3000. So this amount we have to find out, because taking this amount we are going to calculate the required probability. Okay, therefore from this the value of A is 37,500. So 37,500. Now what we are going to find? Find the probability that the net profit will exceed rupees 3000. So that is, we have to find out probability that profit exceed means greater than 3000. What is the chances of getting the profit more than 3000? But we have to convert this profit in terms of daily turnout, that is we have to convert in terms of sale. How much sale he is getting, we have to convert in that, because we are defined x, we defined as a sale. Okay, now this profit greater than 3000, we can write greater than 3000 means from 3000 to up to infinity. Instead of that we take as a 1 minus of probability profit less than or equal to 3000. So this technique you know. Now this profit we convert in terms of sales. So the profit is 3000, net profit is 3000, so that is less than or equal to 3000, that we convert in terms of sale. Sale is what? For 3000, so sale is 37,500. Okay, so therefore 1 minus of, so this already we did some problem, that is from 0 to 37,500. Okay, then by definition alpha value then e to the power, here this f of x we substituted, then 1 plus integration of this, that is e to the power minus 0.0001 into x divided by that constant, and that constant and this 0.001 cancelled, we left only this part. Then substituting upper and lower limits, the answer is e to the power minus 3.75. See, e to the power minus 3.75, this is for a single day, but the question is for 2 days, 2 consecutive days asked. Therefore, the probability that it repeats on the next following day, this is for 1 day, for the next following day is, we take the 2 times of that. Therefore, answer is e to the power minus 7.5. In terms of numerical value, 0.00055. Okay, so these are the problems on the exponential distribution. Thank you.